get that straight. I am not the problem, okay? It's everybody else. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I pick or whatever. I'm back. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nozipho, or Nosy by the title of my channel. And the year is 2021. And I'm officially making my comeback appearance, I guess. Should we call it? Sorry, my shirt is falling. Okay. Should we call it a comeback appearance? I don't know. But yeah, guys, it's been a while. What do you want? I feel a little weird. Actually, no, I'm lying. I don't feel weird sitting in front of this camera, recording this. But I thought I would give you guys somewhat of a life update and kind of let you guys know what's been happening and why I decided to take a break. So if you want to find out what's been happening in my life or whatever, then keep on watching, okay? Let's go! Okay, well, before we get started, in case you're wondering, I am wearing a shirt. I know it doesn't look like I'm wearing one right now, but I am. But I don't think this outfit that I'm wearing was appropriate for this video, because things just keep irritating me. But anyways, so in this video, I'm basically going to be telling you guys where I've been, why I haven't been on YouTube for basically over a year. I've basically fallen off YouTube's algorithm at this point, and I'm gonna have to build it back up. And what's been happening in my life, you know, dating, friendships, you know, work, and yeah, everything surrounding me. So, first of all, let's just get rid of the elephant in the room, you know, let's get straight to business. So as many of you, if you don't follow me on my social media, which I will link down here as well as in the description box, but as many of you may or may not know, I am a healthcare professional. I am employed by the Gauteng Department of Health, and I work in a public hospital primarily. That is my primary job. That is what I do mostly, okay? And I did graduate from the medical school from the University of Witwatersrand, or it's just Wits University now, because I know they changed the name. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But so when 2020 began, I was so excited for what was going to happen in the year. You know, I had set out my goals. You know, I was ready to tackle the year. And then of course, the coronavirus hit, and we were all like put on lockdown and shut down and whatnot. Now, with me being a healthcare professional, that means I am not sitting at home working from home. I'm not able to work on campaigns. I'm not able to, you know, have a YouTube presence and things like that. My life is basically centered around being a healthcare professional at the moment, and during a global pandemic, I was needed as a healthcare professional. And a lot of you, I guess, may be thinking, okay, I know, but you could have balanced it out and whatnot. At the time when everything was happening with the virus, nobody really understood what was happening. And the ward that I was working in, which was infectious diseases, was where Corona was essentially just like going, you know, and I was frightened, you know, I did not know what was happening, and it kind of just threw me off balance with everything that I really wanted to do when it came to like my social media presence, when it came to my YouTube presence and things like that. I really wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I had set myself out to do or what I had planned to do, because of course, I'm a frontliner and I was needed in the front line. When things started to calm down a little bit, I needed my own time to myself, you know. Everybody else was cooped up at home, but I was dealing with like sick people all the time, you know. I was dealing with the virus like right there, you know. And I will say that 2020 was a very difficult year for me emotionally. With seeing everything that was happening, and you know, it kind of felt like I had to, sorry, I'm getting a little, you know, it kind of felt like I had to sacrifice what I wanted for, excuse me, well, those tears were very unexpected, but yeah, it felt like I had to sacrifice a lot of what it is that I wanted and what I had planned for everybody else, you know, which is completely okay. I did take an oath, and I was really willing to do whatever it is that was needed from me for everybody else, you know. And with that came my social media presence. I had to give that up. I kind of had to give up my YouTube, you know, which I love so much, you know. And it was difficult at first, but also I know why I went into healthcare, and it was important for me to really live through that promise that I had made to myself and the oath that I had taken, you know, from the beginning of my course to the end, you know, that I will always put, I guess, everybody else before myself. So that is essentially what happened in 2020, and that was the reason why I wasn't really able to kind of focus and work on the things that I really wanted for myself. But as you'll have it, you know, the universe and God will always make a way, you know. And crybaby alert, oh, my goodness. But yeah, but like, you know, like things were, in terms of work, there was work everywhere for me, you know. Even with my side houses and stuff that I do as a healthcare professional. But even as my side gigs that I do as a healthcare professional, those were all booming, you know. So in terms of like my financial standing and work and whatnot, that aspect was crazy. I have never worked this hard in my entire life. I've never had this much work before, you know, and yeah, it was just crazy. So in terms of like all of that, you know, because I don't have one job, trying to balance everything out and do YouTube and do social media, and it was never going to work. I was either going to put out content that I was not going to be happy with, or that you guys were not going to be happy with, and it was all going to be very like half-assed kind of like content, you know. And I really don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for you guys, you know, as the people watching. This is focused, yes. And I really don't want that for you guys that are watching my content, you know, and taking it in. So it was very, very difficult for me. And, you know, like I was saying, sorry, I digressed there for a second. As I was saying, the universe, God, my underground gang, they came through for you, girl, okay? And I got an opportunity to start freelancing at YFM, and I'm on radio. So during the pandemic, I mean, imagine that, you know, I was able to still pursue some things and some goals that I really wanted to do. And YFM, or radio work rather, was one of the ones that I really, really, really wanted to do. And I had no idea how I was going to do it. All I knew was that it was something that I wanted. But, you know, we are not in control of our lives and whatnot. And an opportunity came, and yeah, there isn't really much that I can share about how I got there. I was approached. I didn't have to send out a demo. So I know a lot of people have been asking me like, oh, how did you do it and whatnot, and like it seems like I'm being snacks because I don't have a lot of information, because I did not send out a demo. I didn't. I was approached, the opportunity came to me, and I grabbed it with both hands, and I have been running ever since, okay? I grabbed it and I ran. But yeah, so managed to get the whole YFM thing, you know, and I'm on radio, and that has been such an exciting and frightening and just amazing journey, you know, that I've taken. And I was able to balance that one out because that just required a specific amount of time, of my time in a day, you know. Whereas with YouTube, you're always editing, you have to be consistent and things like that, you know. So it wasn't gonna work. So I was able to do that. And yeah, excuse me, the pandemic isn't over. The pandemic isn't over just because you're over it. And I'm still working, you know, juggling multiple jobs at the same time, you know, just trying to do my bit to kind of just make a difference, and also just help out the government, because yeah, no, a lot is happening there. But anyways, yeah, that's what's been happening with me, and that's essentially why I haven't been able to be as present on YouTube and social media. I mean, I think I only posted one picture on Instagram last year in 2020, and even on Twitter I wasn't really tweeting much. I was too tired, and like I'm tired, and also like Twitter was just, people were getting weird on Twitter, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. So I kind of just like, I also took a little break from Twitter, and yeah, I've just, yeah, right now I'm still working, still juggling a few jobs here and there, you know, as a healthcare professional mostly. And yeah, that's why I haven't been on YouTube, guys. So I hope you guys will really understand why I haven't been present. And I had been getting DMs of people asking me when I was gonna shoot again and whatnot, when I was gonna upload, and it was like, you know, to have to try and explain to people exactly what it is that was happening in the hospitals, with us not understanding the virus, with PPE things, and what there's no way to explain it and for anybody to really understand it unless they're actually working in it. And yeah, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. My body was not going, I would have crashed. And yeah, and needless to say, I only got coronavirus once. I got it in December, but mine wasn't too bad, you know. I pretty much soldiered through it. I didn't even soldier through it, to be honest. It was like I was on leave. The only thing that I lost was my sense of smell, but otherwise no temperature, no. I was chilling here with my brother because my brother had to quarantine with me because we are in the same space. we were quarantining together and just chilling, basically, more than anything. I wasn't like sick, and yeah, I'm alive. Moving on to other things that were happening in 2020, and yeah, so dating. Ugh. Wait, I need a drink. So I decided to get myself a drink, but it's not alcoholic. So anyways, as I was saying, my dating life. Yeah, it's a little, you know, but I will say, because I'd been, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'd been single for about 4 years, and I was like, you know, let's get back into it and whatnot. Now I will say that the guys that I met they're good people. They're good people. They are going to make somebody happy one day. I am not that person. Sorry. But yeah, no, there was some, you know, there was some questionable characters, but a lot of them were just, they were genuinely just like good people. Just the dynamic just wasn't working, and I am currently single. So we're going on, we're gonna go into another year single again. And the thing is, you know, when people hear that you're single, I don't know why, but like in their minds, for some reason, they feel like that means that they are the most compatible person for you. And it's like, yeah, like you can like my character, you can like my personality, you can like how I look and whatnot, but like there's other things that we need to make sure like are tuned in for it to actually work. You can't just like what I look like or what I sound like, or you know, that I have a bubbly personality. Like that can't be the only thing. And a lot of the guys were leading with that, and it was like, yeah, but you're not really getting to know me, and like I'm getting to know you in the interim, you know, and I don't think I like it very much. So yeah, it has not worked out with any of the gentlemen that I have gone on dates with, so I've given it a break. Okay, we're in the middle of a Panasonic, and like I'm not trying to get corona, all right, you know, so right now we're just focusing on ourselves and like work. So yeah, I'm just focusing on just, yeah, no more dates for me. I'm okay for now. So yeah. And friendships, that was another major change that I went through in 2020. I did break up with a few people, oh, not a few, like, I mean it was more than two, so a few people, all within reason for myself. The parties involved, they may not understand it from their perspective, but I understand it from mine, and what is self-preserving, and you know, what is good for me, what I feel is good for me. I did happen to break up with a very, very close friend of mine. You guys have seen her on the channel before, and there's no bad vibes. I mean, we spoke on WhatsApp not so long ago, so there's no bad vibes or anything like that. And like with any of the people that I have distanced myself from, there's no bad vibes, but I just feel like there's just certain dynamics of the friendship that were no longer suitable for me, and I had to pull myself away from the situation. It did come as a shock to some people, but for some people I guess it didn't really matter, you know. And I did go through a lot of like tensions with my friendships, and I know you guys are probably thinking, well, you're the common denominator, so that means that you're the problem. First of all, I'm not the problem, okay? But nobody's the problem. It's just, as people, we're all different, we grow, and there's just certain things that we want from friendships, and some people are not able to give that, you know, and maybe you're giving too much sometimes, and you know, it's just not balanced. And that's what I felt like was happening in a lot of my friendships, where it felt like I was giving more than I was receiving. And I mean, I even broke up with people that were friends with me since high school, you know, and it was hurtful at first, but I mean, so yeah, but like now I'm all good. I'm like, I know who my friends are, and I know which friendships work well for me and which ones, you know, I am willing to give more of myself to, you know. So it wasn't all doom and gloom. And yeah, I wish everybody that I'm no longer friends with right now in the current moment, you know, the best of luck. There's really no bad vibes with me. If I see them or whatever, hey, they were just part of my human experience on earth, you know. And yeah, I guess it just came to an end, and that's okay, it happens. And what else did I say? Oh, plans for 2021. Plans for 2021. I'm a lot more optimistic about what is to happen for me and what is to happen for the world, and more especially South Africa, you know, especially as a healthcare professional. Except for the fact that they got us like vaccines that are about to expire in like April and things like that, and they want us to be the first ones to get it. I'm not, you know what? I will not share my opinions on this vaccination thing. Okay, as a healthcare professional, I will not. So my plans for 2021 are just to keep working to grow my social media presence, to come back on YouTube fully, you know, and be able to balance it out. I'm really just jumping in now. I think especially with 2020, you know, it kind of opened my eyes up to really just doing the things that make you happy, and just making sure that you are taking care of yourself. You only have one life, you know, and the least you could do is follow your dreams. That is the least that you could do, you know. Just knock on those doors, try out something that scares you, you know. When an opportunity comes, just dive right in. just dive right in, you know. Don't hold back, you know. And that's just the one thing that I really learned in 2020, that like life is really so short. We lost so many people, you know. People have lost their loved ones, we've lost colleagues, we've lost so many people to this pandemic, you know. And it just opens it just opens your eyes up to just how limited our time on earth really is, you know. And this is not a dress rehearsal. You only get one life, and you need to make the most of it. So go for the things that you want to go for, and that is exactly what 2021 going forth is going to be for me. Me fully going for the things that I want to. I think I've been downplaying myself a lot, and I've been kind of scared and, you know, tiptoeing around like, oh no, but I'm not sure if I want to, I'm not sure. Just do it. You figure it out when you're there, you know. Just it's just like swimming. Although I wouldn't advise jumping into like the deep end of a pool if you really can't swim, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just jump into the deep end, you'll figure it out when you get there, and that's where I'm at. So I'm hoping to grow my social media presence. I'm hoping to get a lot more partnerships and collaborations, and just a lot more work opportunities on TV and radio, and I really want to go for it. You know, I really want to give it my best shot, and I hope you guys will be there to watch that journey, and that you guys will be supporting me throughout the entire process. But yeah, guys, that's essentially all that's been happening in my life, you know, to just kind of summarize. But thank you guys so much. For those that are back watching my content, thank you so much for your consistency in supporting me and really having my back. And for those that kept asking me and DMing me when I'm gonna come back and things like that, you know, it in the moment it doesn't seem like it's doing much for me, but it really did a lot for me, and it kept me motivated to, like, you know, come back, to really come back, because there really are people that want to see my content. There are people that support me, and all I could ever say is thank you. I really appreciate it, and what I can do from my end is give you the best content and to give you my most authentic self. And yeah, I hope that's what you guys will experience of me in 2021 going forth, and I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm in a good space, you know, and I'm optimistic about the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment on some video suggestions and things that you guys would like to see on my channel, now that I'm coming back as a newly reformed woman. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for everything. Until next time, bye. Bye. Bye.